Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome to the Humble Servant Homestead. Guys, today I am out here getting ready to talk a little bit about tomatoes. Now, I know I have not bring a video for telling you guys how we go about prepping and pruning and different stuff with our tomatoes. So I'm going to take that moment out today to bring you guys along with us, show you the process that we do with our tomatoes. Now I know it's a lot of people out there right now at this moment have some kind of tomato out there inside of their garden, and so therefore I want to show you some of the steps that we take here on the homestead. Now in previous years we used to just let our tomatoes go ahead and grow, get bushy, and just hoping for a bigger yield. But come to the knowledge and understanding that it is best for you to prune your tomato plants, and so that way you will actually have a bigger yield and you will be able to see what I'm doing here, guys. I'm able to walk down the rows. Now, like I said previously, I was not able to do that. So with pruning your tomatoes and caring for your tomatoes the right way, you will actually have a better yield, bigger tomatoes. So we're going to go ahead and get into it right now. Okay, I'm just going to kind of give you all a quick little example down here on this tomato of what I've done, in the growing season. All right. So as y'all can see here, we have these leaves. Now I have come in and took out most of the leaves that was hanging down and touching the ground. And it is very important, guys, for you to keep your tomato leaves up off the ground, because what will happen when you have a real wet weather or your garden is real damp and wet, your tomatoes will catch disease, which is called tomato blight, where that your leaves will start to catch a fungus on it. And so therefore you would want to go ahead and remove that tomato plant out of the batch, because what will happen, that disease will spread inside of the garden. So it is very important that you take off your leaves that is hanging down low and touching the ground. So this one right here, I left this one right here for demonstration purposes. Now I know you guys will look at me that I am crazy and why am I cutting my tomato plants right now? But if you come on around here, and we're just talking a little bit about pruning our tomatoes right now. So if y'all can see right here, and that's what I did down here when it first V on me. Now when I say V, give y'all an example here. Y'all can see this plant right here. You have this part, that V, and also this part here that is pretty much, it looks like a V. Now what you want to look for with your tomatoes, you want to look for the one that's come out with the flowers first on these two vines here. So whichever one come out with the first flower, that's going to be the one that's going to be producing the most tomato, and that is the one that you want to leave to produce. And this one right here, and typically you will be able to see, you see how tall this one is and how short this one is. This is the one that you would want to go ahead and take on out. Okay, and of course I do have a couple of blossoms that is coming on here. I could have left it, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it out because I have one more over here that is getting ready to bear fruit, which I'm gonna leave that one. Now another way of pruning your tomatoes, if y'all can see, you see right inside of here you have some new shoots trying to come out. Those are called suckers. And so what you want to do when you come outside and you see suckers are coming up inside of on your tomato plant, you just simply go ahead, pull that sucker on out. And what that's going to do for your tomato plant is all the energy won't go to producing with this sucker here, so therefore the energy will go into your tomatoes. Okay, and so that is one of the things. But you don't want to really mistake it and come on out here and debud your tomato. Because if you see right here, this, you know, somewhat kind of look like a sucker. You don't want to pull that out because this is coming off of your main vine that you leave, the strongest vine that you leave. You don't want to really cut the top out, because if you do, you will be debudding your tomato plant. And unless you just don't want it to grow any further, as you can see inside of this tomato cage here, it is actually getting ready to start grow out of the cage. So later on down, if I feel like I have enough tomatoes on here, yes, I probably will come in and debud it. But for right now, I will leave it like it is. And so guys, you know, it is, these tomato plants right here so far, they are looking healthy. Now here I have another one that is coming off of the main plant that I left, that is trying to start producing. I'm gonna simply just take that on out right there. And I have another one, because like I say, some of them I leave. The first V I took out down here, and then this one right here was my main one that I left, and then it is V'd off again, and I just leave this one because I think it would be able to handle it and get a real nice yield. Okay, so remember guys, you come on out and make sure you pluck all those suckers off your tomato plants, because if you don't pluck your suckers, these things will get big and start producing, and it will actually take away the energy. All right, but that is it right there, guys. It is looking real good. You know, the fruits are coming along pretty nicely on these tomato plants here. And I just want to take y'all down there to the bottom real quick to show you the ones that the frost kind of damage and what they're doing right now. Y'all can see here, guys, these tomatoes, they are coming along real nicely. And another thing is, you know, just to talk a little bit about your tomato end rots. It is very important, guys, when your tomato is getting to the stage where it's starting to put flowers on, it is very important that you come in with some kind of calcium to go ahead and prevent that tomato end rots. Now, one of the things you can use is oyster shell, which is straight calcium. You can dig a little hole on the side of your tomato, pour a little calcium down in there, and that right there will keep the tomato end rots from happening. And later on down, when I get, you know, maybe next year, I'll go through the full step of how we go about treating our tomato plants. And so, come on down. Now, this right here, I believe, is a cherry tomato, and this was a volunteer plant that came from out of the garden, and because the frost came through and killed the ones that was in this space right here, and so we went ahead and put this volunteer plant in. This here is also a volunteer plant, and this one also, and also this one. So we got, I guess, plenty of cherry tomatoes. My wife will enjoy those. But, so these here are some of the ones that got hit. As y'all can see, I don't like the way how they're growing, but I just left them in here. I just was, you know, I don't know, left them on in. But this one here,
he left them in because we paid good money for those seeds, and I was about to cry when he told me he was gonna pull them out.
yeah, but nonetheless, we have our beefsteaks here. These are coming up pretty nicely. Like I said, I don't like the way how the plants them look. I do need to come on in and do a little bit of budding, not budding. Well, yes, I think I might bud these plants, because as you can see, they are just going crazy. But nonetheless, guys, that right there is going to be it right there for that video. I want to say peace and blessings to each and every one of you guys out there, and thanks for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead, and have a blessed day.